Hello, my name is Alyssa Morales and I'm a student at TCC. When I started this school year, I went to Texas State to visit some of my friends, and I was blown away by how many of them use dating apps. Apps like Tinder or Charm. On these dating apps, you'll post a picture, link it with your Facebook page, and other members who are interested in you can like your picture and contact you for a date or a hookup. So I returned to Texas State a few weeks ago, and a majority of my friends stopped using the apps. Many of them, over the course of the fall semester, said they had a bad experience with the app, or they developed issues that they considered were results from the app. So I became really interested in dating apps and their effects on people. According to Vanity Fair writer Nancy Sales, 11% of American adults consistently use some kind of dating app. 1 in 10 Americans have used a dating app before. However, when it comes to college students, 58% of students have used some kind of dating app. CNN decided to do a survey of students who use the dating apps, and they were investigating why they use the apps. 20% of students said that they were looking for hookups. 27% said that they were looking for dates. Now, the hookup culture surrounding dating apps is on the rise. Vanity Fair writer Nancy Sales blames it on the perceived notion that there are more women than men. Men competitively look for the next best thing for women because there's a big pool of women to choose from. However, they're not required to settle down because there are so many. They can hook up as many times as they want to. However, according to John Biger, a writer for the Washington Post, this is not perceived. There are more women than men. In fact, there are more educated women than men, and this is where the problem lies. There are 40% more women that are educated than men. Educated men are more likely to settle down and get married with educated women. This leaves the pool of uneducated men to the total number of women, educated and uneducated, looking for mates unbearable, and Tinder and other dating apps does not help with this problem. This means in the dating pool for straight millennial college graduates, there are 4 women to every 3 men. Another problem with dating apps is that it promotes instant gratification. According to Nancy Sales from Vanity Fair, sex has become easy, with a swipe of a finger. Unfortunately, with sex being so accessible, so are STIs. The BBC did a study of college students who used the apps for hookups, and STIs were 75% higher in those who used the app for hookups rather those who did not. So I've been wrestling with the solution for these problems for a while. I've come to the conclusion that there's only one way to find a mate instead of looking for a hookup partner. It's to date in real life through networks of people and friends. I can't hold back the statistic that 23% of people who have used some type of dating app have found their lifelong mate on it, according to Fox, a writer for BBC. However, my question to them would be, how many times did they come across a person on the app who only wanted sex? Perhaps having apps only for hookups and only for dating could be another solution. Another solution I would propose is to promote education amongst men, lowering education prices, creating more mentorships to help encourage male education, are ways that we could promote education amongst men, which will help the pool of educated women. See, in the 90s, dating online began with Craigslist and AOL. From there, it went to Match.com. And today, there are over hundreds of websites, including glutenfreelovers.com or other dating websites that can help you connect with those of similar interests. However, on those websites, you have to give more than a picture. You have to include your interests, your ideas, your qualities, your characteristics. Could you imagine, in the future, there will be many more women than men in the dating pool if we do nothing about this. Every man could potentially hook up with as many women as they want to at the touch of a button. The rise of the current and new STIs will be at an all-time high because of the hookup culture. Many babies will be born to single-parent households, or be aborted, or be put up for adoption. Not to say all these problems could only stem from dating apps, but the dating apps definitely would not discourage one-night stands. From here on out, there are some things that could be done from our perspective to help with these problems. If you use the app for hookups, try using protection. Although it won't fight against all STIs, it will fight against the majority of them and help unwanted pregnancies. Date through networks of friends to pull away from the dating apps. Finding friends who have friends for you to date is better than using the apps. And finally, encouraging education among men and women amongst you, in your families, your kids, your friends. So after seeing the cutback in apps amongst my friends at Texas State, I've seen them meeting new people off the screen. They're not on their phones constantly looking for boys, seeing how many likes they have. They're out there making friends, and that's what I encourage all of you guys to do today. Thank you so much for your time.